Hello everyone, welcome to data management presentation. We are group 1. And here's our agenda for this contact. First is introduction and then data and information and some ERD data and business rules and tables and our sample data. And we have 3 business reports for you and conclusion. First, for the summary, we choose Target as our major project. Target is a major US retailer use data to keep track of sales per customer, per store, by category, discounts, offer along with refund data. The final database comprises of 10 entities: customers, invoices, stores, store managers, vendors, products, and refunds, all tracked within the database. The reports include all have information to what the most refunded item were during the Black Friday period. This database is sufficient for all targeted stores across the United States and will help sales manager to determine what items should be continued due to unusual high refund rates. Target Corporation is a major U.S. retailer selling all types of goods from groceries, electronics, bedding, and everything. And it's number 39 ranked on Fortune 500 with $72 billion in revenue for last year. And for this project, tracking refunded associated with Black Friday sales will be done to minimize future refund, as UPS recently announced that the record for refunded gifts broken in December 18, 2018. And for the data and the information part, we will present by our forms which created here. First, the data will be like the line number equals 1, the price will equals $580.99. Those are only the data. And the information part will be describe, help the target to read the information from all forms. For instance, Sarah was bought automobile parts in July 6, 2018, which cost her like $580.99. And for the metadata, all we created from the entities are metadata such as customer ID, customer first name or last name, and also like invoice date, invoice amount, a total amount, something like that. And next, Eric will talk about the ERD design and the following report.
Alright, so the ERD design right here, not exactly pretty to look at, but composed of 10 entities, 52 attributes, including primary and foreign key, and yeah, basically for all the entities right here, it's created for the purpose of tracking not only purchase data of every customer by every store, but also what are the refunds associated with each item, as shown right here. And anyway, just as a simple walkthrough through how this ERD design works. Let's say that you're a customer, you're walking through the Target store during Black Friday. You go through the automatic doors. You got your red Target card, and then walking through, you see a big advertisement sign promoting the latest Samsung plasma screen TV. And you decide, all right, I'm gonna go in the electronics store and get some Beats by Dr. Dre along with an iPhone X cover, just because, well, I love Apple products. And so, walking through the store, you get you're at the checkout aisle with your Beats by Dre, your iPhone X cover, and then you pay with a credit card. Well, once you pay with that credit card right there, and then you make the purchase, then all of that information right there, once the transaction is completed, all the customer data is recorded right here, along with the store you bought it from, the store manager, which we'll get into a little bit. and then that purchase that you made along with the Beats by Dre and the iPhone X cover, that gets compiled into an invoice where the invoice is let's say around $350 for both items, and then the line right here, the line is composed of the Beats by Dre as one row, and then on another row the iPhone X cover, which are a part of the the product entity right here, and then the shipping line. Well, UPS, FedEx, or some other shipping company ship the product along with the shipping attribute and vendor right here, where the vendor in this case is Apple. and but then let's say that I'm dissatisfied with the iPhone X cover. Getting into that later. So the two most important tables right here are the invoice table, which, as I mentioned earlier, is part of which has a line number, line units, line price, invoice ID, and product code. Which is just the first two letters that it starts with, along with an associated number. Now, let's say for the return the return table, let's say that I'm not satisfied with the iPhone X cover, and then I decide to return it, and then I say, oh, I thought it was a stupid color. So when I make that return right there, a return ID will be established along with the date of which I returned it, along with the price, which would probably be like that $53.33, stupid color, returned one iPhone X cover, along with the associated line number and customer ID. Those refunded items would create the business report right there, which would keep track of the refund rates associated for each item. And this is extremely important right here. This is to keep track of all the items to which that have been refunded through targets. Now, a lot of items may be purchased, but at the same time, if a certain item is being refunded all the time, well, then what's the point of selling that item in the first place? Next right here is the business report. You can see like baby accessories, Nike shoes, along with number of purchased items returned, and then the return ratio. The number of purchased items means the number of or the quantity of items purchased, along with returned items being what's the quantity at which it's been returned. And then the return ratio, that's simply returned items divided by number of purchased items. Next we have is just a SQL query. Not going to make you guys listen through all of that. The only important part is the highlighted invoice date. So November 20th, 2018 to November 26th, 2018, because we just want to keep track of Black Friday sales. It's important to have that line of SQL query on there so that we can know which items were being refunded. Now on to the next business report.
Okay, so in this business report, we want to compare the sales summary of the two periods. One is normal days and the other is the Black Friday period. As you can see, the summary includes the product name and the date it be sold, and the unit and the price and total amount. The one thing important here is the invoice date. Is the time period that we take into consider. And then next one, this table is sales summary before the Black Friday, and this one is sales summary during the Black Friday period. And the point of this business report is we want to use this information to evaluate how the Black Friday discount influences the sales of each product, and this information is useful to adjust the promotion strategy for the future festival. It means we can change our strategy if this promotion strategy doesn't work, and it can help us to estimate the demand of the specific product during any festival by consider the previous year's experience. So we can avoid the situation of over storage or out of stock.
So now I'm gonna present our third report. Our third report is product quality detection table from all our returns. Generally, we try to find any return orders in our record caused by a quality-related issue, like some products are broken or it's not functioning very well. Then we link our vendor entity to find the specific vendor for that typical product and keep track of it. Our goal here is that if the number of low quality products that have been returned is increasing in a certain period, and in our case, like after Black Friday sale, it could give ourselves a warning sign about this typical vendor, and we probably need our purchasing representatives to discuss with these vendors or even re-evaluate this vendor's qualification, saying that if we still want to have this supplier in our list. So this is our code. It is a code, SQL code for generate that table. We run this query by drawing 4 tables: return line, product, and vendor. We try to find return orders associated with a return reason about quality. So for that query, we choose return reason like broken or anything related to quality. And also we list the vendor information about that typical product in a certain given period, and here we use a period that after the Black Friday sales, so that would be all returns after the Black Friday. And then we also make another query to keep track of items in transit in our shipping entity. So if significant quality problem is associated with a vendor's product, and that some of the products is still shipping in transit, so we probably want to decline it or cancel the order, so that the products in transit we can avoid more cost in there. And also in the future, we want to maybe implement new entity connected with shipping entity to to keep track that if any trunk on the road right now is not full load, we probably want to track it and see what we can do to keep every trunk on the road is full load. Therefore, we can reduce carbon footprint and make contribution to our corporate social responsibility. So our conclusion first is we try to use our database design to solve the business issue of target about their Black Friday return orders by analyzing the ratio between successful orders and return orders, which could help them to focus their next year's sale. So we compare successful orders and return orders during the Black Friday sales. Therefore, we can got something that what the percentage of one item could be sold successfully. And the second one is our database design could be implemented in the future for other business needs by adding other entities. For example, what I have also mentioned earlier, we can add one more entity connected with shipping, so we could do more for our business. And the third one is, besides Black Friday, actually in our database design, we can generate other periods returns report by choosing different periods in the SQL query. So beside Black Friday, we can also do like Christmas sale or like Independence Day sales statement or report by change the time frame. So however, in our case, we think that we could also use documentary store to check the returns, because actually as Target they must have already has their own database design. So we only want to track returns during this Black Friday, we probably could create a documentary store, because it's just a specific task in certain period. So instead of create a totally new design, we use a document store, could save Target's time and money. So for our contribution of each member, we think our group are really working very well as a group, and anyone had good participation and same contribution for that project, we really appreciate it. So that would be our reference list, and that be all. And thank you everyone. Have a nice spring break.